Hello, friends. It's me, Daniel.
And his brother Jake.
Oh,
You got some funk?
yeah.
Well, it's been pretty hot.
Well, I showered, but then I put the
You
dirty
put the
shirt.
same shirt back
because
on.
I didn't have any other
sweating
ones.
When we were in the elevator, we were just in an elevator with the kids. I couldn't help but notice that there was definitely a smell.
Well, Alice threatened to fart on the way in.
Oh, is that why she was in trouble?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we said, don't do that.
I was worried Jack had shit his pants, and I'm still not convinced that that didn't happen.
Oh, look. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, last podcast together for 6 to 24 to 48 months.
Just depends on when Mom dies, really.
No. No. No, I told you I'm not coming back for that.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing, but it's good in the sense that we'll have this podcast to listen to. And then we can... It's like we're hanging out when I put it on in the car.
17 people had listened to the last one.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That was on the first day. I don't know how many now. 18, perhaps.
And now this is weird. Maybe it's because we mentioned it on the last one, but the Dr. Doom podcast
Oh, it's taking off?
took off. It got 89 listens in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get any emails that said, this isn't about DC Comics?
Yeah, this is not about Marvel. No, I don't know, though, because I don't think I have the password for the One Foot in the Grave podcast.
Nor do I.
gmail.com.
But
I see them come in. Like, I sent you a picture of one, but I can't always open them.
look at the size of that bird.
Oh,
I think it's an
it's
eagle.
a heron. Anyway, that's good. That's some good podcast
It was a
material.
big bird, and it flew past.
This bird brought to you in descriptive video. A bird with a wingspan of roughly 3.5 feet just crossed the river.
Long legs, long neck.
Looks like it eats fish. Maybe seaweed. We're not sure.
This could be our next gig. We could do descriptive video.
Autobahn descriptive video. The bird is turning its head to the right. Now the left. Now the right again.
Bang! You can come and feel the stuffed bird. There are so many things that we were going to cover. Oh, did we do Timber Tops?
We did it since we recorded the last podcast.
Oh, so you don't know. They don't know
about my injuries and embarrassments.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it was something.
It was something. We went to this place called. Well, it was really good. So I'm happy to give it a plug. It was a positive experience, but wrapped in pain,
Negative body issues.
So yeah, it's called Timber Tops Adventures, and
Not handicap accessible would be my only down.
Oh,
And by handicapped, I mean fat like me.
yeah, it
But
did
they
start with a weighing in. So
They did weigh
I
us.
mean, some people might feel like a prize fighter. I felt like a fat pig.
I'm fatter than you are. So
Well,
we were getting
you're
weighed in,
taller.
and she was like, well, the equipment can accommodate up to, the safety margin is up to 270 pounds. And I was like,
We both kind of looked at each
I was
other.
like,
And like,
I don't know what I weigh with clothes on, but it's probably pretty close to that.
it's like I shouldn't have had that drink of water on the way here.
It's actually safer to do it dehydrated, believe it or not.
Well, I did. Well, they had it was actually really well done. Like they went through the safety course and everything. But then you can do zip lining through the trees, which I thought that was like my jam.
That was your highlight.
I really enjoyed that. Then you could do obstacle courses. Where I came unstuck was that there was a combination zip line obstacle course that after I should preface this with on the drive there.
Yeah.
I told Aaron and my friend Sarah about, we were talking about how we calm ourselves to get to sleep. And the way that I calm myself is to imagine falling off of a tall building. And, I just let go of all my cares and worries and,
Just reminisce about 9/11.
No, the only thing I think is, do I land on the front or do I land on the back? Do I want to see it coming or do I not want to? Anyway, I find it calming. So,
Most of us just masturbate.
Well, it depends on how I'm feeling as I'm falling.
Or depending on where you pick up the plot, you toss the salad.
Oh, God. Oh.
Do you guys ever toss the salad to help you get to sleep? What the fuck?
Yeah. Talking about morning breath. So they had this thing at Timbertops where it's called the Flying Squirrel, and it's basically like a little free fall. So you just kind of fall off the side, and it is a controlled drop.
Right.
So after the conversation I had with Erin and Sarah, Erin made me stop the conversation. She was disturbed by it. I was just like, well, it's taking my fate. I've got control. I just kind of fell backwards. Apparently that's what I would do, given the choice of falling off the building. I fell off backwards.
So this was from the Flying Squirrel.
From the Flying Squirrel.
Which is like a platform that you fall off.
Yeah, controlled, safe. I asked if I was too fat to do it before I did. Anyway, at the bottom of that, Alice did it as well. At the bottom of that, we said, what should we do next? And the guy was like, oh, well, I said, I really like the zip lines. I don't like the obstacles. And he said, well, there's this one that is a skateboard zip line. Well, Alice was like sold. That's all she needed. So I was like, okay, I guess we're doing the skateboard zip line, thinking it would be a series of skateboard zip lines.
Right.
It wasn't, and I should have known when I had to climb up a log to get to the top of the tree to start. And it started off with, that was the first bit. So you had to, it was a log that had footholds carved into it.
So it was like a log turned into a ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't do this one. I didn't do that.
No, nor should anyone.
Yeah.
Well,
children.
No, children
can
and
handle it.
people who are fit or fitter than me.
Yeah.
Went to the top, and once you're at the top, you can't go back. There's no go backsies.
Yeah, that was an issue that I had with it.
Yeah. So I got to the top, and there was no zip line. It was an obstacle straight off the bat. I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of rotating log going there.
The dog was falling asleep.
Yeah, well, welcome to our listenership.
It was masturbate or listen to the One Foot in the Grave podcast. Something was going to put us to sleep.
Then there was like this rock wall thing, but what really made me come unstuck were these tires, and we'll post the video.
Oh
on
yeah,
Facebook.
Yeah. You've got the video.
Where I thought they were all just individual tires.
You didn't realize they were all
connected
by.
So I thought, okay, I'm just going to step in the middle of the tire and swing to the next one.
Yeah.
But no, they were all connected, and all the guides wanted to go home. They were all.
This was the end of the day, just past when we were supposed to leave.
Because we did zip lines the rest of the day. It was great. I asked them, "Do I go on top or above?" And they're like, "Oh, you definitely go above. That's the easiest."
On top or on bottom, yeah.
Yeah, of the tires. Well, that's when I came unstuck, quite literally, and fell. And
then you ran. It was like your arms. I was on the ground watching him, kind of egging him on. And it was like his arms the muscles, like he just ran out of ATP. They just stopped working. They locked in place, and he felt like a gingerbread man off the tires.
It really was.
There were two big wibble wobbles. It was like, whoa, and then he just froze in position and fell.
The words that came out of my mouth were uncontrolled and foul.
And there was another family there. This guy with his 8-year-old daughter walking by. And all you could hear was, cocksucker, cocksucker, motherfucker.
And Aaron was down going, Daniel, don't swear. And I was like, it helps with pain. Mythbusters said so. So eventually I got back up, which another foul spew of language came out of me and zip-lined to the bottom. But as I was hanging there, I should mention that only my dick came out of the harness. Like in my pants, not like it wasn't that embarrassing, but like just dick poking out, balls somewhere being crushed in between the legs.
Between the harness and the leg,
and my big fat ass dangling in front of these uber fit guides that were below us, and that's how I ended the day. And I am sore, and today's the first day that I'm not in agony.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, because that was like 5 days ago.
Yeah.
We. Our trip was a little bit different. You had to go get Sarah, and so I was taking the kids, and we were we were running late, And
We
Jack,
were racing there.
yeah, we were racing there, trying to get there on time to get
Because
our
Mum was like,
spot.
"Oh, Dan has to pick up Sarah, so he's going to be late."
Yeah.
So I was like, "I'm going to be there," and Mum was like, "We have to beat them."
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
It didn't come out.
Oh no! It's
Drinking
still
a
in there.
Monster energy drink. I was going to have a coffee, and then I was like, no, that'll give me reflux. Whoa. Did I choose poorly? Oh, just a second.
We've just had dinner, and what's happened is now Jake has
I've got
a food cap underneath his carbonated beverage. The burp is there, but it's being impeded.
It's trapped by a flatbread, by barbecue chicken flatbread. I'm worried if I burp, it's going to throw up a bunch of Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Oh, no. Anyway, I'll just continue.
It sounds like Erin after her clam pizza. No.
And the worst, what the problem is now that burp is in there, if I don't get it out, I know tonight in front of Chrissy, I'm going to fart when I'm falling asleep.
Do you not fart in front of Chrissy?
No. Not on purpose. Yeah, we had a big dinner. We haven't been eating much. Dan's on this drug, and he doesn't eat anything. And I've been trying not to eat anything. And then we had this big dinner.
When they weighed me at Timber Tops, they don't tell you. Like, it's the weight is hidden, so no one needs to know. But I did make the error of asking.
I didn't look.
I said, "How much is it?" And she told me. And I've lost 2 more kilos since being here. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, you were wearing your shorts and stuff when they weighed.
Oh yeah, Jake took off his watch.
I did.
And gave me his wallet and phone to hold.
I don't know why. It's not like the guide who's weighing me in is gonna fuck me later if I weigh the right amount.
There were some pretty girls there, though.
Well, they're fit.
They're so fit and youthful, I suppose.
I was rescued by a fit, youthful man.
Oh.
Yeah,
right.
But anyway, Jack and I, so we were racing Dan and his crew, and I had the kids, and I was coming in, and Jack said, Dad. I said, what? We were crossing the bridge to the west side. He said, I've got to have a shit. I said, oh, man. And I didn't even know where to pull over because there's like no Irving stations on that side of the road. You'd have to go
it
further
has to be
down.
An Irving station.
Well, or a gas station of some
Yeah, well,
kind.
it's like they
advertise.
They
are known for
their clean
being a
bathrooms.
bathroom.
Yeah.
But I did go to an Irving-owned building. So I was like, Kent Building Supplies. I said, Jack, it'll be good. Not only do they sell toilets, so you know they'll have good models, but nobody ever thinks to go to Kent Building Supplies to have a shit. So you should be fine. And it's owned by Irving, and they have a clean bathroom policy. So we went into Kent Buildings. Clean butthole. Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Oh, the other weird thing that you do. You cup.
I always put my hand on the outside of my underwear when I fart, in case a poop starts coming out, so I can like stop it, so it doesn't ruin anything.
Mine
more
are
than the
not
underwear.
like solid enough to stop. I would just have a shitty hand.
It's a lifelong thing that I've done. I don't know. Anyway, so I ran Jack into the bathroom, the Kents, and some old guy was just coming out, and it was the stinkiest bathroom. It was awful, but he did manage to have his shit, and then we got there. So after that, our experience, Jack was very nervous. He's like a very cautious kid all of a sudden, and I don't know where he gets. I probably was more cautious than you were.
The bedtime story that you need to start telling him is, you're falling off a tall building.
Yeah. Just toss the salad, son.
Oh.
Calm those nerves right down. You don't want to go with a loaded gun. Anyway, so he and I did the green trails, which were the easy ones. But one of them is all zip lines, and some of them were quite long. But my problem is I'm heavier than Dan by probably 20 pounds. And so the zip line would like bend way down in the middle.
Yeah,
and
I had
then
that too.
there are little landing ramps up in the trees. But I was bent so far down that only my ass, like the top of my ass, would hit the landing ramp.
Well, we should also mention that
An onion.
we should also mention that the majority of people land feet first.
Yeah, I kept getting turned around.
Jake backwards every time.
finally I was like, I'll put both my hands on top of the thing, and then I would just turn sideways, but I couldn't do a full 360.
So weird.
I think it's the way my weight is distributed. Like a heavy ass and really light feet, so they want to be like the dragon tail behind me. Anyway, so on the longest zip line, like I was managing to kind of get my feet way up, and then I'd grab the thing with my feet, like monkey feet, and lift myself up and walk up the ramp. But the last one was super long, and I got turned around, and I just got turned around in time to get my foot up, and I hit the side of my ankle so hard, I thought like there was that shock feeling, you know, that like buzz feeling when you hit a bone really hard or a nerve. That went up my leg, and I thought, oh my God, I just broke my leg. And then I grabbed onto the little decking.
That handsome young man's going to have to rescue me again.
Well, I grabbed onto the decking, and I couldn't hold it. I slid off. And I went backwards halfway across the zip line. And I just started shouting, help, help. And I was worried. I figured I can probably get my leg hurt so much. I didn't want to wrap my leg up around the wire. But I figured I could get my hands up to it and then maybe like climb. But I thought I would fall backwards out of my harness.
Did you feel like you were like reenacting scenes from Cliffhanger?
Yeah. It was like, so this is what it's like to miss the ledge. But anyway, this young fit dude like monkey crawled his way across the wire and had to come get me, and then he just did exactly what I was supposed to do, which is like walk himself.
Yeah, he didn't put his legs up though. He just went.
Yeah.
Did he connect himself to you?
No, he pulled me by my ankle.
It's
embarrassing.
Well, Erin had failed in the exact same position before you, and
yeah,
she's slightly fitter, you know, a few years ago, more so, but
that's not. That's
fault.
not a feat to be fitter than me. I literally just sit in front of a computer all day, every day.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how it is. It's how it be.
But the Timbertop experience, I would give it. I mean, an A.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'll go back. I'm just going to stick to the zip line. I'm not the agility type.
I think if I could lose 20 pounds, I'd enjoy it more. But I really.
I mean, if we could lose 20 pounds, we'd enjoy a lot of things more. Walking, doing the stairs.
Did I ever tell you about... So we're in Shediac right now. Dan's flying out of Moncton. Did I ever tell you about when we were here and Dad got the Jaguar?
Yeah.
Have we talked about it on the podcast?
Well, it wasn't when he got it, but
he got it out of the
storage.
Yeah, it had been in storage for 7 or 8 years because one brake was locked up, and he was like, "I'm not paying for that," because he had to get parts from England or whatever. And then we just forgot it in storage. I don't know if I've talked about this before. Anyway, I'll just rehash it because it just reminded me. It was a day like this, really hot, dry day. It was a perfect day to get the car out in case there were any weird problems with it.
Raccoons.
Yeah. And we inflated the tires and rolled the thing out, and it had like the tires. I'm making gestures with my hands, which you can't see, but they were round on
two
both
hands,
sides, and then a flat side that had been sitting on the ground.
Waving hand in a flat side sort of gesture. Gesture.
Oh, that one got out clean. Good, thank God. All right. Anyway, we rolled this thing and it would go ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk because the tires had a flat side.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got it started. We had a battery booster with us and got it started. And the air conditioning blew all these spores in.
Oh.
Dad was on chemotherapy.
Oh, gosh.
He actually had chemo on. He was wearing a bag of chemotherapy.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, he said, "No." I said, "Do you want me to drive it? That looks pretty moldy." No. This is why I'm getting it out. I want to drive it. Okay. So I followed him, and we thought he had a brake locked, and he had pried at it, and it had popped out, like the caliper had popped off. He said, "Okay, I think we're good to go." And I followed him, and he kept going faster and faster, and then he was taking turns really fast, and I got thinking in my head, I was like, is this like his last hurrah of driving really fast?
It's like the Jack Teller.
Yeah.
But
and I was thinking, is he trying to get in an accident, or what's going on here? But he didn't have his phone. It was in my car. So I followed him faster and faster. And finally, we came to a stop sign, and he blew right through it. It's like, what the fuck is happening? And we came to a T-junction just down here by the Esso, which is a stop sign, onto a busy main street, and he turned sideways and like drifted the car sideways out onto the main street, and then like fishtailed a bit and kept going, and then he turned into a elementary school parking lot. It was all dirt, and he started doing donuts, and I thought, man, steroids are really affecting him. He's like so
he's
manic,
full grease,
full blown manic episode. But then as I pulled up beside the parking lot and I was watching him do donuts, he had the window down and his face was terrified and he was shouting at me, and I got closer and he was saying, "Can't stop the car."
No brakes.
And the accelerator was stuck.
Oh,
so
it's a straight 12.
Yeah, or
well.
it was a W12.
I
So
don't know
it was
what that
two
means.
V6s stuck together.
Geez.
Anyway, he came out of the parking lot, drove back to the garage, turned off the ignition, and drove into the decorative bushes in front of the air pump and left it with the front wheels up on the curb.
Oh my gosh. And they tried to charge us a bunch of money to fix it. We were like, just scrap it.
Well, they broke it is what happened. He died.
Not doing that.
Not doing that. He died later. But they called me the next spring and said, "Yeah, that transmission's gone." I was like, "The transmission's not gone. It's the brakes that are gone."
Yeah.
No, the transmission's trashed. Well, we went over and there are fucking rubber like marks all over the driveway. I think some asshole got in it.
Yeah.
Big W12 engine
Did some
was like,
burnouts.
let's do some burnouts, and did a bunch
Yeah.
of donuts and destroyed the transmission. But you know, it was pretty funny. It was one of those weird memories.
One of the kind of more stranger traditions that we have as a family is that at some stage, Jake gets naked.
Oh yeah, yeah. How have we not
I
talked
don't know
about
if we can bring. Can I bring this one up?
I think we have to.
It's
This was a paranormal and horror podcast.
It's my responsibility.
Yeah.
I
had a paranormal event happen, that's all.
Yeah, pretty much. The Great Disappearance.
Yeah.
So we were over at Jake's house and the kids were using the pool. And Jake always gets a laugh by giving us like shock value of undressing in front of me. And I'm like, no, But this time...
Yeah,
he was
it really
swimming,
was a shock.
Swimming in his underwear. And then he came out. No, it was before you
I was
went
about
in.
to get in the pool, and I thought it'd be really funny to just like quickly whip. Like I was like, I'll get into my underwear, and then I was like, oh, it'll be really funny. I'll just whip my underwear off quickly and then jump in the pool.
Yeah,
and like scare the hell out of me.
But you dropped your trousers really quick.
Yeah,
and we were shocked, but not the usual way because your penis.
My dick turned inside out.
Inside out, gone.
Yeah.
It looked like an innie belly button.
I've never seen anything quite like it.
we kind of like, we're like that initial like, oh, here he goes. And then we're like, what? Wait. What is happening? And Mom was there and she was like, whoa. Like, oh my God.
It was really weird. My dick turned inside out. But I think what had happened, I'm trying to like, I've been doing a play-by-play for a while.
Just a wrinkle in time.
It was just a wrinkly foreskin stuck to my pubic hair. It was really weird.
It was so bizarre.
But I think what happened is we'd been riding the bikes a lot. And I've been like traumatizing my prostate and my balls. And I think like, I don't know, it was super hot. I was sitting weird. And something happened where my dick just like went inside.
It's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
It was like a turtle when hiding.
I didn't know it was possible.
I didn't know it was either. And then you were like, where's your dick? And I was like laughing. I wasn't looking at it. And then I looked down and I was like, where's my dick?
And then the pants came up so fast.
Yeah.
It was like how the turns have tabled. As you were like the shocked one.
Yeah.
The sight before you.
Yeah, it was really strange. My dick fell off. But like I said, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, like for real.
Yeah.
It was gone.
It was a taste of what it would have been like had my dick cancer turned out to be dick cancer.
Yeah,
And not
but there
just
wasn't
a
even.
terrible rash.
It was like, Nick Cage could make a movie about that. Gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah, gone in 6 centimeters.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the weirdest. That was probably the weirdest thing that's happened was my dick turning inside out. It's back to normal now, which is not that impressive, but at least it's dick shaped.
Yeah, I mean it's and then it's there. You showed me to make sure that I
Yeah,
understood.
I was like, my dick's still attached. Look.
I was like, oh, good.
Like, great. It's still really small, dude. It's like a baby dick. Like, yeah, well, I don't use it.
Well, actually, some foreboding. The last time I was at home, I said, that's so weird that your balls hang lower than your dick.
I know. I looked up buried penis syndrome.
That's what it was.
and it can just disappear in there if you're fat, which I am. So maybe that's what's happening.
And there's the horror for today's horror podcast.
Yeah, so your dick can disappear. So go to sleep thinking about that,
Yeah.
Rob.
So I guess we have to edit this one after all. We'll just remove our pastor's name.
Yeah.
And this
Sorry.
is Jake sober. He's been. We have not. You haven't touched alcohol since I've been home.
No.
Um,
I'll have like a sip if Chrissy's having a drink. I'll have a
but
sip.
I am very impressed by that. I have also not been drinking a whole lot. Like I had a cider yesterday, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because we went to, we drove to was that yesterday that we went to the Kingston Peninsula?
You had a blueberry beer one day.
Well, yeah, that was at your house.
Yeah.
And was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that was.
We rode our
a weird day.
motorcycles.
Was it all the same day? Was that when my dick turned inside out? Was that yesterday?
No.
That must have been a couple days ago.
No, that must have been Friday that your dick turned inside out. And then, oh, no, because we were going to go on Friday.
Right.
And then we decided that in order to save your marriage, we would make it the following day.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming back now. Yeah, Chrissy, well, she was a little disappointed not to come to the camp, I think, when you guys were up at the camp.
Yeah.
But in her defense, she wasn't invited.
Well,
By me.
She had COVID or
No, by
suspect
me.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just told her, if you're sick, stay home, because I thought you guys were up for one night.
And if Chrissy, if you're listening to this podcast, by force, I would assume.
Yeah, in the car.
In the car.
So future Chrissy in my passenger seat.
Jake did not say that we couldn't go for the motorcycle ride on Friday because of you. We made that a mutual decision based on our family dynamic and the need for us both to be present.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went. You got heat stroke on our motorcycle
Yeah,
ride.
it was weird. Our last motorcycle ride. Well, there's this big shakeup happening too in healthcare. So where we work, the premier just fired everybody who runs healthcare.
Hummingbird.
Wow, nice.
It's gone now.
Yeah, fuck.
Small bird, looks like a mouse. Very rapid wings. Long
Colorful.
beak. Very fast.
Yeah, so there was this big shakeup. The premier fired everybody who works in like administration and healthcare, and so I was kind of worried sick that I would be fired because this premier is very much about saving money. And look, let's face it, I'm expensive. I don't know what to say. And I was like, man, I really don't want to leave New Brunswick. As time has progressed, I started thinking, well, it's not like I'm doing anything in New Brunswick. So I still live here and just go do locum somewhere else. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
But yeah, so I think a combination of that and
I was just super stressed, and then it was like 32 degrees.
Well, you're lucky
And
you
my
didn't
bike
stay
was
because
so hot, and I was wearing Kevlar pants
yeah, same.
and motorcycle jacket, leather gloves, full face helmet, and just about like 2/3 of the way there, when we were on the peninsula, I thought, how do I throw up in a full face motorcycle helmet?
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
And I've decided that I just do it.
Yeah, I think you have to just go.
Yeah, like unless you
Raise
can
the
pull over.
visor if you can.
I don't think it would make much of a difference. I mean, your visor is probably expensive because it's for
Yeah, I don't want to puke
on it
on the
because
visor.
you can replace.
Because what I would do is get the cheaper helmet without the photochromic visor and replace the
Put it on
visor.
there. Yeah. But yeah, I've been there and I've been like, can puke. Just gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
On the highway.
It's weird. Something about motorcycles. It may just be motion sickness too. Because when I went to Pugwash one time, I got kind of queasy. But I was also wearing a super tight leather jacket and it was hot that day too.
I felt fine until they had all this like food being
At the market.
At the market.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that looks pretty decent. it was like noodles and all this stuff that they were making on a barbecue. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, the Korean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
delish.
Japchae.
It wasn't good.
No.
So I don't know.
Sometimes it's really like they got a weird chili in it.
No,
Yeah.
it was really bland. But then also like the stroke that I'm on, I just don't really care much for food. So I
Yeah.
have a few bites and I'm full, and then I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't miss out on anything.
No, I was hoping to get some jam. So Chrissy made jam, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's
freezer
always
jam.
freezer jam. My wife, she cooks, but she substitutes. Like she's always trying to make things healthier, right? Like she'll go, "Oh, I made you a smoothie," and the fucking thing is green because it's a spinach smoothie.
Spinach in it.
It's like I put spinach instead of banana because of the glycemic index. I'm like, it's not a fucking smoothie. It's a salad all chopped up really fine.
Oh, gross.
It tastes like grass.
Like
It tastes
salad.
like you're drinking lawn clippings.
Yeah.
And then she'll make chocolate brownies, and I'm like, fuck, I love chocolate brownies. And then you bite into it, and you're like, this tastes a lot like kidney beans. Oh, that's because it's made of kidney bean paste. I just grind up kidney beans instead of using flour.
Oh,
Or
no.
whatever. So the jam, Chrissy, I was surprised she was making it because jam has a lot of sugar in it. And then I opened one, and it was just like water. It was like fucking water with
Instead
some
of
mashed
sugar,
up
I put
strawberries.
water in.
She didn't put any sugar in. She's like, I just mashed up the strawberries, and I thought that would be good. I was like, they're not preserved. What the fuck?
That's why it's freezer jam.
You gotta put sugar and boil it and shit. Anyway, so it's just this runny stuff. It's like, well, I spit on the microphone. This is a runny compote, I guess you would call it.
What were the berries?
And she's like, you can still put it on your toast, but it makes your toast wet. Soggy
it was good
toast.
on that cake that we had.
Yeah, it's good as like on ice cream.
Yeah, like a compote.
A compote. Yeah.
What were the berries that we had
The
yesterday?
diarrhea berries.
Diarrhea berries.
They're blueberries, but longer.
Hacky sack berries. What were they called?
I'd never even heard of them before.
Well, they look
In
like
fact, I thought I dreamed it this morning. 'Cause I was thinking-
elongated blueberries. They look like blueberries that have been in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I put it in my blueberry beer that I had yesterday.
Oh.
And they are not blueberries. They're very sour, make diarrhea happen.
Yeah.
Berries.
You wrote me at like 1 a.m. and said, I guess those do cause diarrhea.
Yeah, because I was in the basement going, "Pa, pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa." And I was like, the berries. It's the berries.
The sides of your anus clapping together. Whap it, whap it, whap it, whap it.
But they were so blue. They were very purple on the
Yeah.
inside. And we had beets, like
I ate a pile of beets.
so many beets. And it looks
Yeah.
like I've got my period
Yeah.
in the toilet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I
do
was going to
poopy.
say, I had a shit this morning and I was like, whoa, do I have colon cancer? And then I thought, no, I ate beets.
Beets.
Now, our cousin Sally was home. We can talk about her because she's dead.
Well,
But-
you've made fun of her plenty on this podcast.
Yeah.
Pre-mortem?
Pre-mortem. Peri-mortem, I suppose.
Perry.
But she was home and she called Mom in a panic and said, I need to go to the hospital right now. I'm pooping blood. I have colon cancer. And Mom rushed and got her. And on the way into the hospital, Mom fell and broke her elbow. And then she made me, can you please call somebody? They're not seeing me. So I called a surgeon who hates me already. And I called in a favor with this person to go see her and emerge. And they did a scope because she was like so convinced she had colon cancer. And the scope discovered strawberries in her colon. And she'd been pooping strawberries.
Oh, that's so... I mean, you did send your specimen in.
Mine was blueberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seven.
Knowingly blueberry.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe it's a berry thing.
And Mom was in a cast for that whole summer.
Yeah.
In fact, you guys came home that summer. That was quite a funny
The
summer.
day
because
after. Day after.
Yeah, you guys arrived, and we, Jack was in his first year of soccer, and I was trying to impress him with how high I could kick a ball.
Yeah.
And I dropped the ball and kicked it as hard as I could, and my foot went out from under me, and I fell on my ass on the driveway and blew a disc in my back.
Oh.
And I couldn't feel my right leg, and I had this terrible cramp in my balls.
Oh.
And so we went camping. You guys came and we went to Fundy
That's
National
right.
Park.
That's right.
And I slept in the car sitting up because I could not lie down straight.
Yeah, that...
Chrissy had to put on my shoes that summer. It was a great year. Great year for my dignity.
Yeah, I do remember that. Did Mom and Dad... Oh, no. Maybe they stayed in a yurt.
They stayed in a yurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
There's a lot of business around here of these geodesic domes that you can sleep
Yeah,
in.
a friend of ours, Aaron, Aaron,
Yeah.
runs one.
No kidding.
Cape Breton.
Gay Aaron?
I think he's gay.
From high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's got blonde hair and a brown mustache.
oh, cute little birdie on the deck.
Describe it in description.
Brown, looks like a little tit. Maybe it's a tit. I believe it's a tit.
Tit with wings.
Well, that's it from stories from me.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch up. Let's try to do one after a couple of weeks after you get back.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be mayhem on the way home as well. So I'll have plenty of stories.
You'll have lots of stories. You'll probably get canceled in Montreal.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're going to be staying in Montreal for the next
Yeah,
week or two.
or I prefer Vancouver. Free accommodation.
That'd be great, but I don't think you're going to make it that far. About an hour and a half from home is the standard.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, where you get stuck.
I think if I got stuck in Montreal, I would drive home.
I would walk
Yeah.
if I had to.
Well, Montreal's pretty though. It's just
No, I hate Montreal. Montreal is a septic tank.
it's a cesspool.
It's the fucking worst.
I think it's funny that you can't.
I hate the fucking roads in Montreal.
I've
The
never
highway
driven
exits
there.
on both sides, and because they're fucking Quebec, every sign is only in French.
Only in French, yeah.
And the numbers don't make sense. It drives. I hate Montreal.
Well, the numbers look the same, but you have to say them differently.
And everything's corrupt, so the construction companies do everything the shittiest way possible. So the roads are all falling apart. The fucking overpass dropped cement on my car one year when I was driving through.
Maybe they want it to be more like traditional, like France when
Provence.
it was there, like in the 1780s, 1750s.
There must be more than this provincial life.
Oh, how Belle. How very Belle.
I watched that movie, Beauty and the Beast.
Again?
No.
You've not stopped talking about it, though.
It really thrilled me to the bone.
But not the fake, the cartoon one.
The cartoon one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the live action.
The one that was we talked about it, but that I think started the furry movement.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a strange.
Because they made the beast like kind of hot. I guess
I
if you're
don't know.
like me. Do you remember
Jake,
in Wayne's
having
World
a
when they're like,
sexual awakening at the age of 40?
it's like, I don't
I
know.
guess I like brown hair and horns.
I'd fuck that guy.
His tusks, for some reason.
Yeah.
Can't stop thinking about them.
Do you know that beasts die after having sex? One I fucked did.
I think you would be the one that would get torn apart in that one.
He'd be fine. My dick turned inside out.
Yeah, that's right.
I would just rub it on him,
yeah.
like maybe scissor him a little bit.
What's really funny, you know how we call that dry humping here?
Like dry humping is like humping in your clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they call it dry rooting in Australia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I had a high school girlfriend that I dry humped one time, and I almost cut my dick off on my zipper.
Oh.
It like wore right through the underwear, and my dick was really severely injured. And I was like, who do I even talk to about this?
Oh my god!
I guess it's like an STD, but I know exactly where it came from.
I've got a severe chafe. Oh no! Did you go for a run? No, I
Zippered.
dry humped my girlfriend for 4 hours.
She's really grinding on me.
Whoa, those guys are going fast. 2 Sea-Doos going down river fast. Well, weirdos, I will talk to you the next time.
Yeah, thanks for doing this episode. It's nice to have you home.
It's a joy.
We'll see you.
I'll be back again. Maybe Christmas.
Not Christmas, because you're out of vacation.
No, I've got another month of vacation, but not this Christmas, the following.
All right, see you in a year and a half.
Okay, bye.